Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at some starting tips for those new players with Marvel Strike Force. I'm going to give a couple of different websites you guys should check out. There are some helpful database websites that do have a lot of information that is really going to be helpful for those new players. There's also going to be some starting lineups you're going to get for both heroes and villains in the game. I'll go over whether or not those lineups are good or bad. There are some good characters there. There are some bad characters. There are some characters you're going to start farming at the beginning of the game that are actually going to be worth it in the long term. So we'll go over all that different information. So let's go ahead and get into the websites that are going to be really helpful for you guys, and then we will go from there. The first website that I recommend for you guys is msf.gg. There is a link to it down below. You guys should definitely go check it out. It's in the video description. And basically, think of this like a database for a lot of stuff like your characters, your missions, the energy resets, and the cooldown resets. When you go to the home page, at the very top it has 2 countdown timers. But also, the really nice thing here is there's a lot of database information for characters in the game, and it's not just playable characters, but any characters you face currently, whether it be in missions and story missions and your raid battles, anything like that. Any character that's there, you'll be able to see the kit for them. You'll be able to see what they can do to your team and to their own team. And that's really useful because you're able to see, like, hey, what Star-Lord and Groot do, and we don't have them as playable characters yet, but you can get a good idea now of what their kit's going to probably look like once they go live in the game, and you just see, hey, maybe this is something that I want to kind of look forward to. Maybe I want to work on a Guardians of the Galaxy team down the road. So you can get some good looks at that. You also have a tab that shows you different gear for every different type of character, like your attackers, your support, your defenders, anything like that. It will give you a list of different gear that each character is going to use. So you can go ahead and give yourself a good head start on what gear you're going to need to start working on to get that character geared up to the highest tier right now, which is tier 9 currently. But once we go into live launch for this game, you're probably going to get up to tier 12 or 13. I don't know what the highest gear tier is right now. So all that stuff on msf.gg, definitely worth something checking out. It's really useful information, and I can't state enough just how helpful that's going to be for a lot of new players. The other website I recommend for you guys is the Marvel Strike Force subreddit. There's a link to it again down below in the video description, and basically this is going to be the subreddit for this game, and there's going to be a lot of players there talking about different strategies and whatnot. And you know how Reddit is, usually it starts ending up into bashing developers if something in the game is going badly, but there are times where you can get some helpful information from people there. So definitely keep that on your radar. There right now, with the game not being out for the public yet, there are some character strategy discussions at the top of the forums. There's also different topics talking about technical help. Some people are having issues with like pink screens and other things, and there are discussions there on the subreddit for all of that. So definitely go check it out. If you're having some early technical issues, it's a great place to also get some help here. So those are 2 websites you guys should definitely check out if you are starting a new player. Let's start talking about the characters you get in the game, and whether these characters you get at the start are something you should really focus on, and whether or not this is a character you should really skip on and start farming someone else. Now, the heroes that you're going to get at the very beginning of the game, for the good side of the heroes, you have heroes and villains, and your heroes are obviously your good guys. And you're originally going to start off with Spider-Man, Punisher, Shield Medic, Luke Cage, and Shield Assault as your first 5 characters in the game. You'll see that Hulk is here, he's up next. He's actually what you're going to get through the achievements in this game, much like we had with Darth Vader and Galaxy Heroes. You get Hulk shards through your achievements here, and once you get to about level 50, you should eventually get enough shards to unlock Hulk. You also see we have Black Widow here, and going off the first 5 characters we have here, Spider-Man is a very decent defensive character for arena teams. He has a lot of chaining attacks, he can evade a lot of attacks, he can apply defense down, he can stun characters. He's a good defensive character in that way. So look at using him as your starting defensive lineup for Arena. The Punisher is an okay character at the beginning. He has some AoE attacks with his grenade launcher. Once you get him up to gear tier 3, you can see here we've got a fully loaded attack that does damage to all enemies. So there are some decent attacks with him. Shield Medic is the first character here that I really recommend you start working on and keep working on. This is one of your healer characters. It's also a shield character, which means that you can use her to unlock Iron Man in the legendary event for him. So you'll get her at 1 or 2 stars at the very beginning, and as you level up at the very beginning, some of the achievements will give you character shards like you will get for Shield Medic. So those are easy to get. You can also see that she's also one of the first characters you can farm from character nodes at the beginning of the game. So you see here, she's in Heroes Mission 2-3. So if I go to the campaign and I go to the hero levels and I go over to level 2, you can see we've got Hand Sorceress there. But here we go, we've got Shield Medic right here. So very early on, she's a character you can start farming. I really recommend you start working on her there. So she's one of those starting characters. You've also got Luke Cage. He's another decent defensive character for your arena teams. He can give defense up to his entire team. Once you start upgrading that, he can give himself death proof, which means he can survive one fatal attack on him, so he can go a little bit longer. He also taunts. He can give himself health up from taunting, and his basic attack can call an assist if he has hero allies with him. So all that makes him for a pretty solid defensive character, another character you can really use in your starting defensive lineup for your arena. And finally, Shield Assault. I really don't like Shield Assault, to be honest. Everything that she does has AoE attacks. You know, her concussion grenade does some damage. Only 30% of her damage, of weapon damage, is the damage from that concussion grenade. She has barrage, but she needs to do a lot of bonus damage with slowed or stunned enemies. So you have to get a lot of debuffs on the team to really unlock her full damage potential. So I'm not a big fan of her, really. She's kind of weak. Maybe once you start gearing up and level her up all the way, maybe she starts becoming more powerful. But from what I've heard so far, no one's really said much about Shield Assault. So those are the 5 starting characters that you get. And the first character that I'm going to recommend you guys start working on is Black Widow. Now, you can get her from some different orbs, but she is also available in Heroes 1-9. She is one of the first characters that you're going to get through the Heroes campaign to start farming shards for. So very end of level 1, there she is right there, Heroes 1-9. You can sim it 5 times a day, and we get 2 shards for her. That's fine. It's a little bit low for what I usually get for her, but number 1, her kit is really helpful because she can give speed up to a lot of your teammates. She can give speed up, I believe, to 3 or 4 allies right now, but also she is another shield character. So we already have 2 starting shield characters here with Shield Medic and Black Widow. Both those characters you'll be able to use to unlock Iron Man. So start working on her. She can stun on her special. She can give stealth to herself, which means that she can't be targeted that often. And of course, you know, she does some damage. She can do she can copy positive effects from the target onto herself if she's stealth. She gains bonus speed. So she is a solid starting character. So start working on her at the beginning. She is a good character you can start working on. Night Nurse is another healer you should start working on down the road, but you won't unlock her later on. She's probably one of the best healers in the game. So those are some characters you guys will unlock at the beginning. Another character that you're going to want to take a look at down the road is Captain America, but that's mid to late game for the soft launch right now. So those are some characters you guys can start working on at the beginning. Work on Spider-Man and Medic and Luke Cage. Kind of leave Punisher and Shield Assault off the side. Start farming Black Widow, and start seeing what other characters you can get out there. As you progress through this, you'll start getting better and better characters. So there are some good starting hero characters for you guys to work on. Let's go ahead and get into the villain side. Now, when it comes to your villains, you can see here I've got Ravager, Boomer, and Bruiser that I can recruit. I'm ignoring them for now because I pulled them from some of the free Premium Orbs. The 5 starting characters you get for villains are Elektra, Hand Sorceress, Mercenary Soldier, Hydra Rifle Trooper, and Crossbones. Elektra and Crossbones you will get through some events that you can unlock at level 4, and you will automatically unlock both those characters once you get those shards. And for Hand Sorceress, you'll unlock her through some achievements. As you start leveling up, you'll get some different character shards like Hand Sorceress, Shield Medic, anything like that. Mercenary Soldier and Hydra Rifle Trooper are 2 of the characters you'll unlock pretty early on. But I've got to say, I'm pretty underwhelmed by both those characters. I don't think they're really that good. So for me, Elektra, Crossbones, and Hand Sorceress are all the 3 characters that you should really start focusing on from your starting villain lineup. Elektra, first up, she is a hand character, and later on I'll be doing a video talking about how amazing the hand faction is of itself. But for right now, she is one of the main characters for your hand team. Her basic attack can do a lot of damage to defenders by applying these bleed debuffs that do a lot of damage at the start of that character's turn. Her first special ability can dispel buffs from the target, so use that to get around the annoying taunt on a defender. And then her Vital Strike is a really nasty move where she basically pops up behind the character and does a lot of damage. You can see here, once you upgrade to level 2, she's dealing 340% weapon damage to that character, so she's doing a lot of damage with that special. And then Hand Sorceress is one of the best healers in the game currently. And that's because of her healing ability here, Blood Magic. She applies defense up to allies whenever she uses it. Defense up is a bit of a misnomer. It doesn't increase the defense on your characters. It reduces the amount of damage they take by 50%. And this is it's an incredibly good buff to have for your team. Decreasing that damage they take by 50% really helps boost the amount of damage they can withstand and makes a lot of your raid teams more durable. So she's one of your best healers currently in the game. Crossbones, he is a very decent tank for a defensive lineup for Arena. You know, he's got the double hit on his basic attack. His taunt can also give him counter, but his big move comes from Detonate, where if you saw Civil War, the movie Captain America Civil War, he basically commits suicide by detonating this bomb on himself. And it's the same thing here. He explodes himself and does a ton of massive damage to the opposing team, but he gains death proof here, so he's going to withstand the attack on himself. But he is another decent tank that can really punish the opposing team if they don't prioritize focusing him down. So Electro, Hand Sorceress, and Crossbones, all really solid starting characters for you to get. Bullseye is another character you're going to unlock pretty early on. You can get his character shards very early on, Heroes 2-6, Villains 1-3. He comes as a 1-star character. He does not have a lot of health, he's very squishy, but if you have someone like Crossbones to protect him, he can dish out the damage. His kill shot can't be evaded, and well, once you upgrade it can't be evaded, and it does a lot of damage. He has a lot of attacks that cannot miss, that can be dodged, but he has a lot of unavailable attacks, just like another hero character that I'll discuss in another video coming up. But he is a solid villain character, but the main character you really want to start focusing on is Yondu. You guys probably remember him from Guardians of the Galaxy, but he is very easy to access. He is unlockable in Villains 1-9. It's a very, very early shard for you to start working on, and he is one of the best characters in the game because he is able to summon allies. And we're finding right now that the meta kind of consists around some of these top tier characters that really summon allies. So Nobu can summon hand allies, Yondu can summon Ravager allies. Anyone who can summon allies is a top tier character right now, and he is a very easily accessible character because he comes on very early in the villain campaign. So start working on those Yondu shards. You're not going to be disappointed. He hits hard. He can hit the entire team. He can give himself offense up. He can summon allies. So you're going to be able to get a lot of good use for him out of there. Plus, one of the Ravager allies he can summon is a Ravager Stitcher who can heal up allies on his team. So those are some starting characters you can start working on. Another character you can start working on very soon is the Hand Archer. You'll see that you can unlock him in Villains 2-3. Another hand character to start working on very early. And like I said before, that hand video is going to be coming down the road. Hope you guys are looking forward to that because you'll be able to see just how amazing the hand faction is. So another early villain character you guys can start working on. Let's go ahead and talk about some of this other stuff. You guys have probably been wondering, what should I spend my energy on? What should I spend my currency, my power cores on? Let's go ahead and talk about the power cores here. Now, with power cores, it's your premium currency, and when you go to the power core tab, you can see you can buy upwards of 11.5 power cores for $100. You can buy as low as 200 power cores for $2. So it's your premium currency. You'll get some every day through your character, through your daily objectives. You'll unlock maybe 50 to 100 power cores a day through completing those daily objectives. You can also get some through Battlegrounds if you rank and the rewards at the very end of the day. So all of that is going to give you your premium currency rewards, but ideally as a new character, I would only recommend spending them on energy refreshes. Unless you're going full on pay to play, you're wailing out in this game, you're going to want to spend them on energy refreshes. You get a lot of energy refresh currency on its own. You can see here up in the top right, I've got 125 out of 200 energy refresh. You get 50 per day for completing all of your daily objectives. So you can get one free energy refresh every day. Those energy refreshes give you 120 campaign energy, but beyond that, you can get 3 campaign energy refreshes for 50 power cores, then 3 for 100, then 3 for 200, and it goes on and on. I really recommend you focus on just getting energy refreshes early on. You can refresh some of the early nodes. That's going to help you grind out some of these characters. So if I go to Yondu, I can refresh for 50 power cores, I can buy that free 50 energy, and then I can then sim another group of attempts, and I level up in the process. I'm now level 18. This is on my alt account, by the way. I'm trying to give you guys a good early start on what alt account it looks like. And I can refresh again for like 50 power cores and sim again. And now I'm up to, what, 5 shards for Yondu. So at the end of the day, it's really best for a new character that's not going to go pay to play to really spend those power cores on your energy refreshes. That's going to be the best way to get the efficient usage you're looking for those power cores without having to break the bank to farm those new characters. You're probably wondering, what about the orbs? You can see that you can get premium orbs for 450 power cores. You will get a lot of premium orb free currency as you go through things. You can see here achievements give you a lot of premium currency, like equipping 150 pieces of gear gives you 580 free premium orb fragments, and 2,000 will get you a free premium orb. So early on, you're going to get a lot of free premium orbs. It will sort of taper off towards the mid to late game, but for now, I would not recommend spending the power crystals on the premium orbs. You also get premium core currency through the milestones where you spend energy. So I got another 500 there. So all that different stuff is going to give you the ability to get some free premium orbs. So it will save you the the power core cost up front. So you don't really have to worry about that. So spend your power cores on energy refreshes and maybe to refresh some of the character node shard farms. And if you're trying to farm some gear as well, you can also refresh those with 50 power cores. But that's about the extent of what you want to spend your power cores on as a starting player. As you progress through later game, you may want to start spending some of those power cores you're going to get through raids and battlegrounds and everything else. You can start spending some of those on premium cores. But as a starting player, it's really best for you to work on your energy refreshes, and that also carries over to a lot of your free-to-play players too, where they're getting maybe 100 to 200 power cores a day. Spend most of that on your energy refreshes. And that is going to be it for this video. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to ask down below. If you guys are wondering what to spend your currency on for the different shops, that's going to be later on. I can break that stuff down for you guys in a better video. That's not going to add another 10 to 20 minutes onto this video. So that's going to be another video coming here shortly. There's also some other videos I have planned for you guys. So if you guys did enjoy this video, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. To all of my McMinions out there, thanks again for watching. I will talk to you guys later.